Hey guys, Chen Henry here. Today in the market psychology video, man alive, just look at this chart, right? Crude oil is all over the place and just trap city. Big traps going on and a major trend reversal going on right now. Now, yesterday we ended off with not much of an impressive day. We had a nice run higher, but by the end of the day, we gave it all back into a new low. So we were looking heavily bearish. I mean, look at that bear candle. So the sellers were heavily vested at the end of the day yesterday, and then we opened up with a monstrous gap lower. There's going to be a lot of profit taking after that big of a move down. But the problem is you can't really buy into that because now you're going against the entirety of the trend that we ended yesterday with. That's the kind of move that you would expect a secondary leg follow-up that would give you another drive down. So we get a nice little bounce right here, not a surprise in the least. Sellers from yesterday are going to be taking profit this morning. But when they start drying up, look how big the sell candles are in comparison to the bull candles, right? The sell candle takes back the first 10 minutes of the day all in one, right? The bulls give it one more shot. All they manage to do is get triggered in and then ripped right back down again into their stops. So a very beautiful reason to get in short, going with the overall heavy trend of the market bears, right? So a nice little sell right there that pushes the market down. We begin hitting these areas of support, and you can see the market got a little bit chopped up in here, but pay attention to the way that these bull candles formed. They didn't go anywhere, right? Yeah, they're bull candles, but they might as well just be non-existent. We might as well have just paused for a minute and then hit the play button again because they couldn't manage to even go up. We had one tick higher. That's it. And then they turn right back around again. So the bulls, super weak. But the problem is when the bears show up, they're weak too. We've got a lot of wicking on the bottom. Buyers maybe trying to pick it up off the lows, so we need more proof. And then it follows it up with this bad boy right here. Big old bear candle closing right back down on its lows. Another beautiful reason to get into the downside and drive the market lower. Now, right at the end of the move, and this is where the concern comes from, because after all of this move down, all of a sudden the biggest bear candle of the day shows up at the end of it that isn't usually indicative of strength. That's more conclusive towards exhaustion. That's the market giving everything they've got and then quitting, right? They say, all right, fine, you know what? I'm done. I got my money on the way down. We're going to call it good. And then they start exiting. Now, you don't ever just want to buy off of that, right? We need a little more information than that. And we're still in a heavy bear trend. We need proof that the buyers are actually taking it. There will be buyers that look to fade into that move, and they would have been correct in this case. But now the same thing happens on the other side. Look at this monstrous bull candle that has no follow through. Absolutely no follow through. In a bear market, that's the type of bar that you will fade into because you're not expecting it to work at all, right? So sellers will begin scaling into that move, driving the market lower, looking for that low of day. Now, the problem for looking for the low of day is pretty obvious, right? They never made it. The buyers start picking it up, but very weak, heavy selling pressure, but then no follow through, right? Heavy selling pressure again, no follow through, and then look at the bull candle that followed up. Now, buying here, you could argue that there may be a buy there just knowing that sellers are getting trapped, but I would rather wait for heavy confirmation just because of the massive bear trend that we're dealing with. You don't want to be the first one to the party on a move like this, right? So we push back up. The moving average shows some resistance, and that would have gotten more sellers trapped in, which is why I like when it goes and tries one more time, right? You can feel the sellers are like, please go down, and then they fail. Right? Huge bull candle up. No seller is going to hold past that, and everyone exits, and along with buyers entering into new positions to the upside, and that fires off a huge run all the way back up, new high of day, almost back to the gap area from yesterday. So we're taking back the entire move down this morning in one big run to the upside. Lots of bullish pressure on that reversal. But again, you don't want to be the first one in line. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't, right? Let it give you some confirmation. Make sure that the context, the technicals, and the psychology all work in your favor, and you'll get these big, beautiful bursts that cause those markets just to go ripping. So that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you found it interesting, and we'll see you next time.